Hi, boys and girls, it's Mrs. Zinga. I'm going to read our weekly story. Remember, earlier in the week, we learned some of our amazing words. You're going to hear some of those amazing words in our story called Whistle for Willie. I wonder who Willie is. This story was written by Ezra Jack Keats. That is the author of our story. Take a look at the boy. What is he doing? What is the dog doing? Let's see if we can find out what happens in our story. Oh, how Peter wished he could whistle. Why do you think Peter wishes he could whistle? Let's find out. He saw a boy playing with his dog. Whenever the boy whistled, the dog ran straight to him. So take a look at this little boy. He's playing with his dog. He's whistling. What is the dog doing when this little boy whistles? Yes, he's coming over to him. Look at Peter. How do you think that makes Peter feel? That the little boy can whistle and his dog comes to him. Yeah, he might be feeling a little sad because he does not know how to whistle yet. Peter tried and tried to whistle, but he couldn't. So instead, he began to turn himself around and around and around. He whirled faster and faster. Oh, take a look at these two pictures. Why do you think the ground looks tilted? And why do you think the traffic lights look like they're turning or they're bending over? I wonder why that's happening. When he stopped, everything turned down and up and up and down and around and around. He was feeling dizzy. Has that ever happened to you before? When you whirl around and around and you stop? Things look like they're turning or spinning still. You're feeling a little dizzy. That's how Peter is feeling. Peter saw his dog Willie coming. Quick as a wink, he hid in an empty carton or a box lying on the sidewalk. Wouldn't it be funny if I whistled? Peter thought. Willie would stop and look all around to see who it was. Peter tried and tried to whistle, but still he couldn't do it. So Willie just walked on by. How do you think that's making Peter feel? Yeah, he's feeling a little sad. So Peter got out of the carton and he started home. On the way home, he took some colored chalk out of his pocket and he drew a long, long line. See how it's going and it's going? A long line. Right up to his door. He stood there and he tried to whistle again and he blew until his cheeks were tired. But nothing happened. Why do you think his cheeks are hurting? Yeah, because he's blowing so hard. He is trying and practicing. He really wants to whistle. So he went into his house and he put on his father's hat. To make himself feel more grown up, he looked into the mirror to practice whistling. But still no whistle. Look at what he did. He put on his dad's hat, thinking that if he put it on and he was more grown up, maybe he would be able to whistle. What do you think? Is it going to work? Let's find out. When his mother saw what he was doing, Peter pretended that he was his father. He said, I've come home early today, dear. Is Peter here? What is Peter pretending to do? He's pretending to be his dad. He has his dad's hat on. He's even talking like him. What is Mom doing? She's pretending along with him. His mother answered, Why, no. He's outside with Willie. Well, I'll go out and look for them, said Peter. First, he walked along a crack in the sidewalk. Then he tried to run away from his shadow. Look at here. Look on the building, on the wall. Do you see this dark spot? That is Peter's shadow. Do you see how his shadow is following him? Have you ever been outside on a really sunny day and noticed your shadow and how it follows you and it does exactly what you do? If it's a sunny day today, I want you guys to go outside and try that. Jump up and down and see what your shadow does. Run back and forth and see what your shadow does. See if you can run faster than your shadow. He jumped off his shadow, but then he landed. They were together again. So see, he's jumping up, but his shadow is still there. He came to the corner where the carton was. And who should he see but, who is this? Willie! Willie is coming around the corner. What do you think Peter's going to do? What do you think he might do? Let's find out if you're right. Peter scrambled. That means he went really fast. He scrambled under the carton. He blew and he blew and he blew and suddenly out came a real whistle. Look at Willie. What is Willie doing? Look at him. Yeah, he's lifting his head up a little bit. He heard something. What did he hear? He heard Peter whistle. Willie stopped and he looked around to see who it was. That is a new sound for Willie to hear. It's me, Peter shouted and stood up. And Willie raced right to him. How do you think Willie is feeling? I think so too. I think he's feeling excited. How do you think Peter feels? Proud, yeah. Peter ran home to show his father and mother what he could do. They loved Peter's whistling. So did Willie. Look at what Willie is doing. Yeah, every time Peter whistled, look at Willie is trying to show him. I hear you. He looks like he is so proud of himself for trying and finally doing something that he worked so hard to do. Peter's mother asked him and Willie to go on an errand to the grocery store. He whistled all the way there, and he whistled all the way home. The end. So who were the characters in our story? Willie, Peter, Mom, and Dad. Where did this story take place? Where were they? Were they inside or were they outside? Yeah, they were both. They started off outside and then they were inside a little bit. What was the problem in our story? Peter was feeling sad because something happened. Yeah, he could not whistle. Was the problem solved? Yes, at the end of the story, Peter was able to whistle. All right, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed our story about whistling and how Willie learned to whistle. How Peter learned to whistle. I want you to draw your favorite part of the story and share it with your teacher. I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day.